Good evening, Kwe, bonsoir, honneur, respect. Welcome to Black Theater Workshop's Poetry Jam. My name is Lydie Dubuisson. I am the Artistic Associate of Black Theater Workshop. I am pleased to be with you tonight to present to you our Poetry Jam and our poets. I hope that you're comfortable and you're ready to enjoy the ride.
So I'm writing this poem in following the footsteps of Octavia Butler, dreaming of what the new world will look like, especially in the context that we live in, by writing to my younger self. My full name is Kathleen Mary Charles. Beginning of my life, everyone called me Mary. From my adolescence on, everyone called me Kathleen. So my childhood self, her name is Mary. Dear Mary, the unanswered hiring signs are starting to look more like decoration. Like garlands along the streets we roam here, waiting for transformation. Adulting is turning out to be the biggest scam, nay, the widest ghetto, no, the most savage magic trick, rather, the heaviest, stinking bag of lies ever written into a bedtime story, a story we believed. Few will admit to it, but many of us have unwritten letters to capitalism stored in the backs of our collective consciousness. And lately they're starting to burst with urgency. There's a glimmer in us that wants to scream, "You mean to tell me that you want me to work this hard, be this early, clean this much, pay this much for that, do this many things in a day, smell this good, be this smart, this social, this likable, this creative, this effective, this talented, this profitable, but this ain't enough for me to deserve rest." Sounds less like a labor shortage and more like you coming short. Like you can't afford the galaxies humans have to offer in their labor, like you've forgotten the galaxy of choices within yourself. And yet this is what you chose. More of us are beginning to say this out loud, Mary, and I promise I'll send you pictures when the burning begins. But first, I need to tell you about the waiting. What happens in the waiting is that I become impatient and frustrated for old habits to fade and for shiny new dopamine-laden action to come, only to be hit upside the head with the process of learning that taking care of myself will be a lifelong ritual, a constant rising and falling and rising and falling again, that self-care is a commitment, a marriage to myself, that life is spontaneous, that humans are not rational, that humans were never rational. So there must always be room for spontaneity and a dash of chaos. Because we stay alive for the beauty and the serendipity of chaos. What happens in the silence as I wait is that I understand that I need to wait for my body to understand that vulnerability is the skin I must wear to bathe in my deepest desires. For the world to remember that this squid game we play is a choice, and we can choose to end it only if all of us agree. I've been waiting inside this cradling chrysalis chaos, whirling around me as I attempt to self-care myself into transformation. Self-care myself into thriving. Because the ancestors in my bones won't stand for any more self-preservation. No more survival, not after all they've been through. As my chrysalis cracks open, I dare to create amidst imperfection. I build small thrones for myself amidst the world that is beneath all that I deserve. And I wait until I can make these thrones the sizes of skyscrapers, to hold the monumental light that has a home inside of me. I learned to sing while the ocean is on fire. I learned to dance when death is always just peering around the corner. I learned to laugh when I can't see the lips of my beloved smiling back at me. I learned to love hard on my friends. I learned to live in a world that seems to be waiting to die. I can't wait to show you what I lift up from the ashes. I can't wait to show you where I'll be standing when the new world comes. Thank you. These two poems are about Black joy because sometimes I find myself writing about sadness a lot, and not that I don't think that sadness, especially Black sadness, is necessary to talk about. But I don't have practice talking about Black joy, and I want to build that muscle for myself.
Yes.
And so yeah, these two poems are about Black joy. And this one specifically is about Black people dancing in the rain in the middle of a pandemic.
Yes.
So here it goes. My new favorite thing is Black people dancing in the rain. To music that seduces neighbors into frustration while seasoning their dry afternoon with a new concern. My favorite thing is Blacks in love on wet soil. Oblivious kisses, laughter piercing the night, bodies awakening from a long slumber, spirits relearning to dance with each other. My new favorite thing is Black people dancing in the dark. No pain, just spark. Can't tell them that the water's not just as happy to see them as they are to see each other. My new favorite thing is Blacks convincing police that we're friends. Just so the night won't end, doing what they have to for joy to peek through survival. My new favorite thing is queer Blacks, in the street Blacks, style on the street Blacks, booty on beat Blacks, dancing in the rain Blacks, vaccine no vaccine Blacks, mask on mask off Blacks, passing hand sanitizer with love Blacks, breathing Blacks, hearts beating Blacks. Racism don't sleep, but we still dream Blacks. I'm so in love with your way, Blacks. So to this I pray that the holy in the hood never dies. So this one's got a little song to it. Okay. It's called Black Magic and Blue Melanin. Love how rock covers my skin. Black magic, blue melanin, deep like the stars in the sky. Mama, sage me to heaven, let my energy rise. Water the rhythm in our essence. Cheers to the sound of our coalescence. Ain't I blessed to be the color the sun calls home? Ain't I blessed to be the lover of sun and moon? Blood in the words that I write, black magic, red in the fire. Roll like the thunder we ride, baby, beat me to heaven, so to battle I rise. I wouldn't trade this for anything. In fact, I put this on everything. How to be tired of Coco O'Shea if they always seem to know what to say. My black is the girl that braids my hair when Sally Mae claims my day. Oiled fingers on scalp, tracing the pain away. Hot sauce on baby cheeks and smoky embrace. A ritual we keep between mama's knees. I breathe in the story she weaves, singing the kind of songs that just come and don't leave. Our laughter is the sweetest song God has ever written. Our Our laughter is the sweetest song God has ever written. Bet she created our joy just to make herself smile. We took your black man and turned him into a king, put a crown on his head and made him dance. Found tempo in the smallest grain of sand. Let our hair grow. In the meantime, we live up to the sun. Curls like clouds, walk like wild, but like roses have thorns, we remember. I think they truly believed they could crush us. I think they really truly believed they could crush us. I think they really thought they could crush us like berries. They thought they could squeeze out our juice and sip the drink of gods. But have you seen us? Oh honey, have you seen us? The way you stare, I think you have. Seen the way our glare goes on for days, goes back in time to black magic and blue melanin. Our bodies know the secrets of a world your fathers never knew to remove their shoes for. To feel the swing in her soil, but enough about you. Oh honey, enough about you. We have the whole world for that. I think we're truly something special. Just what your dreams were really made of. Rest your head here, you and me, babe. There's nothing like us around. I think we're truly something special. Just like your dreams were really made of. Rest your head here, you and me, babe. There's nothing like us around. I really like what you've done to me.
Here we are, still trying, still striving, still fighting, still dying, still because you dared to raise your fist. Here we are, gazing into the abyss. The chasm of the corrupt. In my mind I lay betwixt imprisonment and liberation, militance and patience, sadness and more and more and more and more pain. Here we are, heavy-hearted, blood boiling. Another page in our long-winded story of persistence, resistance, and more and more and more and more and more pain. Here we are, hoping that this time they'll heed our words till the day I'm dead and gone and someone will need to say them again. Nah, I refuse. I refuse because here I stand. Here I stand at the escarpment of our emancipation. Ahead of me I see the path we need to pave to pass power on to the people to come. I see freedom, hope for an upcoming generation. Hope that the fears we fiercely fight today will lead to a brighter tomorrow. A brighter tomorrow where black folk are free to breathe, free to see, free to grow, free to love. And for a moment, I look back I look back to recognize the strength and strife, the struggle it took to stand before the spiteful eyes and speak of our worth, speak of our rights, and demand change. I look back to recognize the words you spoke. You spoke words that ignited my inner being. You spoke words that inspire me, and now I must yell. I must yell because I yearn for an era in which those that come after me never have to yell again. I look back to recognize the steps you took as you marched. You marched before me and mine, so now I must run. I must run until my very soul bleeds. I must run because I do not intend for the generations after me to ever have to run again. I watched you raise your fist. I watched you break the chains. I watched you protest. I watched you boycott. I watched you preach. And now, for you, I'll proudly raise both fists. I'll continue to shatter the cages they set around us. I'll shut down every street in your name. I'll organize ways to dismantle systems of oppression. I'll spread the word of the plight of our people. For you, I'll never stop fighting for the emancipation of every and all people. For you, I'll never stop fighting. For you, I'll never stop fighting. For you, I'll never stop fighting. For us.
Mes mots d'essai sur la transformation. Première forme. Contourne les mares après les verses. Je contourne les mares après la verse. Il y a une odeur de boue, de fougère humide. J'ai peur comme une sorcière de l'Ouest de me dissoudre comme une pastille. Toutes ces lumières qui flashent, une ville néon au ton vivace. Même le brouillard et ses vapes ne peuvent atténuer son éclat. Dans cette ville aux mille teintes, perdre les miennes, c'est bien ma crainte. Dans ces dédales où je m'égare, je me vois fondre dans le décor. Fascinante et hypnotique, la ville est un feu de Bengale. La ville est un feu de Bengale, atteinte de choc chromatique. Et ne me dis rien qui vaille. Se confondre à une palette aux couleurs accidentelles. Je suis comme un feutre à court d'encre sur une feuille trop grande. Dans cette ville aux mille teintes, perdre les miennes, c'est bien ma crainte. Dans ces dédales où on s'égare, je me vois fondre dans le décor. J'ai peur. J'ai peur. J'ai peur. J'ai peur. J'ai peur. J'ai peur de perdre mon éclat, d'être une ombre sur le jour. J'ai peur d'être à découvert dehors, de me fondre dans la foule. J'ai peur de perdre mon essence, d'être fade et insipide. J'ai peur de la lumière aveuglante et de ne voir que le vide. Dans cette ville aux mille teintes, perdre perdre les miennes, c'est bien ma crainte. Dans ces dédales où on s'égare, je me vois fondre, je me vois fondre, je me vois fondre dans le décor. On tournait. Un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Je suis caméléon des heures. C'est ma transformation, deuxième forme. Oiseau de nuit et colibri, changeant de couleur, je revais à l'heure bleue, peau d'étoile, à l'aurore, tout l'or du ciel. Les heures caméléons changent aussi, laissant derrière minutes, secondes, tout ce qui me permet de les calculer. Des heures transparentes, impossibles à identifier, comme un camouflage horaire. Mon esprit caméléon, change aussi. Mon esprit a des monts car je me sens toujours gravir des collines. Mon esprit anémone, flottant, paisible, jusqu'à ce qu'il coule avec ses démons d'un toucher de bateau-ship. Tourne! Hey! Un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Si seulement le couteau, la manchette était mieux affilée pour faire une entaille nette, simple et clean, plutôt qu'un couteau à beurre qui pèse et déchire. Mon cœur est un peu comme une motte de beurre. Il a tendance à fondre à la moindre chaleur. Et pourtant, j'ai froid dans le dos. Il y a le vent et je n'ai pas de manteau pour le couper. Quelle idée, un bout de tissu pour fendre l'air. Pourquoi pas un couteau à beurre d'ailleurs? Peut-être que j'obtiendrai des résultats plus concluants. Alors je me tiens au confluent des deux courants contraires, me poussant d'un côté et de l'autre. Certains vont croire que j'ai perdu la tête, tournant comme une girouette rouillée traversée de fantômes, décidant de toutes les directions simultanément. Je veux décider d'une ultime forme. Bien souvent, la voie n'est ni devant ni derrière. C'est un jeu de serpents et d'échelles. Le plancher qui s'effondre d'un étage à un autre, d'un état à un autre. J'ai enjambé des rivières et remonté leurs flots qui rugissent. J'ai traversé des déserts la nuit, tracé le sable froid qui le tapisse. J'ai prié pour qu'on m'ouvre des barrières. Mais ma vie n'est pas qu'une ligne horizontale. Bien souvent, la voie n'est ni devant, ni derrière. Gagne un jour pour changer moi là. Et quel est moyen? Gagne un jour pour changer moi là. Et quel est moyen? Gagne un jour pour changer moi là. Et quel est moyen? Gagne un jour pour changer moi là. Et quel est moyen? Hey! quel est moyen? Gagne un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Gagne un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Gagne un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Hey, hey! Gagne un jour pour changer moi là, et quel est moyen? Hey, hey!
Sometimes I feel the cold breeze of your stare. Sometimes I trace the whispers that lay there in the corners of your heart. I fold them down, pocket their sounds, to carry them all around me. And your voice drips water in my rearview mirror, a soothing tea for Sunday weather. But I don't think I could be what you want me to be. And I don't think that the moon could ever outshine you. I got a sense we could walk through the light, hold you down at night, caress your thighs. Got the picture of my reality carved out in my memory. I'll try and consider me the colorless tapestry. You bring out the best in me, but the songs of the birds don't reach the sea. So I don't think I could be where you want me to be. And I don't think that the moon could ever outshine your blue. But if I'm being honest, I wanna bask in your glory. I wanna swim in your story and savor all that there is to see. If I'm being honest, I wanna bask in your glory. I wanna swim in your story and savor all that there is to see. But if I'm being honest, I wanna bask in your glory. I wanna swim in your story and savor all that there is to see. 'Cause I don't think that the moon could ever outshine you. I don't think it ever will. Dernière chanson, Teach Me a Lesson. Looking inside my own sincere. I'm tracking the warmth, the sun out here. Glowing thoughts roots my love to the crook of your neck. Bearing the fruits for the soil to collect. Grow tall, baby. We silent daily into worlds, you see. Swimming spirits in the tears of sea. So meet me down low, chérie, where we both bathe in cocoa, baby. The vibrate of your curves. The sound of the What's the difference between the living and the dead? When black bodies are meant to be held, do you even humanize our being, man? We harvest all the treasure, man. I know you petty, but we cherish all the spells. This sweet land, so pardon my French. Le souffle du vent de mes ancêtres. Dans mon cœur, c'est dur à paraître. Dans mon lit, non, dans ma cadre. Chacun de mes pas au combat des décennies de dissonance. L'esprit golden, je te jure, on est la luminescence. And so I hold you down, beauty. Light some candles on our essence. So blow my mind, baby. Teach me a lesson. The vibrate of your curve. Teach me a lesson. The sound of the hurt. Teach me a lesson. Yeah. Teach me a lesson one more time. The vibrate of your curve. Teach me a lesson. The sound of the hurt. Teach me a lesson. Yeah. Teach me a lesson.
Thank you so much for joining us for this evening. We hope you had a great time. See you soon.